Well, g'day guys, it's Jonathan here. I'm out on the water and I'm doing a bit of fishing this afternoon, but before I do so, I want to run you through the different screens on my new Lowrance EliteFS and what they actually mean. It's all well and good to go use all these screens, but if you don't actually know what you're looking at, then it kind of be counterintuitive. So I'm going to run through SideScan, DownScan and traditional sonar, the difference between all three and when you should use them. So if we come over to the unit, what you've got here, you've got your menu display, and this gives you the option of about 6 different options. So if we start with sonar, this is the one that will be on nearly every sounder. This is your traditional 2D sonar that is looking directly below the boat. Best way to think of this, it's an upside down ice cream cone. So you've got a beam that runs down there like that, and it's really, really wide, and it is basically straight below the boat, a few meters either side. The problem with this, or it's not a problem, but you've got to be aware that if a fish is on the periphery of that beam, so on the edge of the beam, it's going to look different than it would if it's smack bang in the middle below the boat. So you might have a fish come through on the outside, it looks relatively small, but as it swims directly under the boat, it's going to get a little bit bigger. This is what I basically use as just a general indication of what's happening below the boat. I don't read too much into this. This is just kind of like, okay, there's bait in the area, let's go check out DownScan. So DownScan is a much clearer version of your sonar. This is basically a squashed beam. It's much narrower, so it's still directly below the boat. It's telling you what's happening on your transducer, but instead of looking out like this, it's looking straight down like that. DownScan, right? It's in the name. This is going to distinguish a lump on the bottom to a trolley, a boat, a tree, whatever you name it. It is going to give you so much detail. This is revolutionary in the sounder game. So if I'm going over a mark, I'm going to run sonar and DownScan next to each other. The sonar tells me that there's a lump on the bottom. The DownScan tells me that it's a sunken boat on its side with its mast out to the right? So that's what that means. It's super clear. I kind of think the analogy I like to give is if someone drew a photo on a 2D piece of paper, or if you're watching a movie on a 2D screen as opposed to watching it on a 3D screen. The detail that this gives you is amazing. The final one is SideScan. So basically take your DownScan, turn it on its side and push it either side of the boat. So I've got mine set up 30 meters that way and 30 meters that way. The best analogy I have for SideScan, because this is where people get confused, is the flashlight. So if I have a big flashlight and I shine it out to either side of my boat and it hits something hard or solid on that side of the boat, then it's going to cast a shadow on the back, right? That's how a flashlight works. Well, the shadow is going to appear on your screen here. So when you think SideScan, think shadows. You really want to see shadows appear either on the left or the right side of your boat. The other really good analogy that my good mate Guesty, you all know Guesty, he taught me, was the book. So if you have a book upright and you look at from like this and open it, then you're basically getting an opening of what's happening on the seabed. So do yourself a favor, play around with your settings before you get out on the water, know what each screen means and where to use them. So when you go over a wreck or a bait school and they look different on each screens, then you know, okay, that looks better than that, I'm gonna fish there, no, I'm not gonna fish there. That's what sounders are about. Spend the time on the unit and I guarantee you'll catch more fish.